Hello, Tim from Fairplay Now on the 25th of March 2022, and I'm going to be going for a nice golf weekend this weekend, so looking forward to that. Going to be going up to a mate's house tonight, probably go out for a few beers, a meal, and then my first round of golf of 2022 tomorrow. So probably going to be a bit rusty, not expecting my scores to be very good at all, but it's going to be enjoyable. And then doing some Mother's Day stuff with my mum on Sunday, so should be a good weekend. But went to the stand in the pub last night, as I said in yesterday's video, and had a couple of interesting conversations. One of them was with this guy who is obviously into his motorcycling, and in Crawley there's a very big motorcycle dealership called I can't remember if it's P&H Motorcycles or just PH Motorcycles, but basically it's a very large dealership, and if you're from anywhere in the southeast of England and and you're into motorcycling, you'll know PH Motorcycles. So this guy was in there and he was talking to the boss, because he kind of went in there and it didn't seem to be many motorcycles in there. You're saying normally there's hundreds of them in there, but there's only a few dozen in there when he went in there the other day. So he was talking to the boss and he said, "What's going on here? Are you closing down?" And the boss said, "Well, not if I've got anything to do with it." And he then went on to explain how many of the major motorcycle manufacturers, Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda, sort of Moto Guzzi and the rest, they're starting to restrict the supply of motorcycles to a lot of these dealerships, certainly to this one that I'm talking about. And yeah, this guy that I was talking about, he was saying, it's starting. They are trying to get people away from motor vehicles, and apparently what these manufacturers are going to start doing is selling direct to the public, sort of via mail order, sort of driving out the small businesses or relatively small businesses of dealerships. And it makes you wonder, really. So I don't know if you've had any experience of this, not necessarily with motorcycle dealerships, but other things, anything supply wise, really. If you've kind of heard of this going on, had similar experiences to what this bloke was talking about, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I'd be really, really interested in hearing about it. So yesterday I was talking about how I'm not going to concentrate on problems so much, although you might be forgiven because I was talking about a problem there potentially, and concentrating more on solutions. And that seemed to go down well with you guys, because I had sort of lots of encouraging comments. And I had one comment from Lee from the Veritas Vincit channel. I know many of you guys know him and subscribe to him as well and watch his videos. If you don't, I can highly recommend him. And what I'll do is I'll leave a link to his latest video in the description box and the comment section below there. But he left a message because he works for a company that refurbishes containers, like shipping containers that you see, obviously on ships and back of lorries and that. But there's places up and down the country which convert them into home offices or just little homes, sort of gyms, whatever you want. These firms will make them up bespoke to you. And so if you've got like a bit of land somewhere and you want some kind of accommodation or storage or whatever there, I do believe the planning permission regulations here in England, at least, say that obviously you can't just build willy-nilly on agricultural land, but I do believe you can put structures on there as long as you can sort of basically pick them up, put them on the back of a lorry, or hitch them up onto a tow bar of a vehicle and tow them away, or sort of carry them away. And if that kind of structure, that can be done with that kind of structure, then it meets the building or planning regulations, I believe. Don't hold me to that. So obviously a container would fit the bill, and it might be a good way, you know, if you're thinking of getting a little bit of land somewhere and you just want somewhere to well, live in or sort of sleep in or something, or just store your sort of tools and bits and pieces in. Lee's your man, because he and his company can sort of help you out, and you'll have the satisfaction that you're buying from kind of an awake company. Obviously Lee's awake, and I think a lot of the other people, the boss there and the other people he works with, are also on our wavelength as well. So if you're in the market for that, you can contact Lee through his channel. And like I say, I'll leave a link to a video so you can get to him nice and easily. So might be worth bearing in mind. And I think his company, you know, if he gets a sale through one of his contacts, which might be you perhaps, he gets a few quid thrown to him, you know, a few extra quid thrown to him by his company to help, so you'll help him out. You won't be helping me out that way, because you know, I'm not getting any kind of commission. I'm just recommending it for a mate, basically. Yeah, that's all I'm doing here. But it's a solution. You know, if you need somewhere to live or an extra little building, that might be a way to go. And I did a job this morning, sort of a simple little job, really nice job, you know, sort of paid decently and went really nicely, and I got it finished up well ahead of time. And it was just around the corner, because again, another interesting conversation I had at the stand in the pub last night is one of the ladies who goes there. She wasn't there last night, but she has this bit of land, which I just thought was an allotment, but it's a bit bigger than that. It's more like a small holding, really. And yeah, I went up there this morning after this job because I had a bit of spare time. You know, I kind of learned basically where she was, and she was there today. And I spent an hour there helping her out. There was a few repairs that needed doing, to sort of repairs to some raised beds and things like that. So I was just helping her out a little bit, and yeah, and also just to get a few tips from her, and just to see what her setup is. So I think there is awake people up and down the country with little bits of land, and also people with, you know, their gardens and stuff. But you don't necessarily have to have your own garden to grow food. You know, you can just get friendly with someone who's got an allotment or a slightly bigger bit of land, small holding like this lady, and just do an hour here, hour there, and in return for some food, some vegetables. So, you know, that is a way to go. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. So if you're just in like a little flat or something, and you're just thinking, you know, how can I get food, grow food, you know, that might be a way to do it. Anyway, I've got to get on. I'm going to have some lunch, do my afternoon job, and then I'm going to get ready, throw my golf clubs in the back of here, and head on up to my mates for to start this golf weekend off. So looking forward to that, and getting out on the golf course tomorrow. And yeah, I'll probably better get a video up tomorrow at some stage, but it will be late after I finish up with golf. But I will get one up tomorrow. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.